여러분 안녕하세요. 대한민국 영어 감잡기 프로젝트 데미안과 함께하는 너쉬영북 시간입니다. 이번 시간은 32강 리딩입니다. 91쪽 아래서 세 번째 줄부터 93쪽 아래서 7번째 줄까지입니다. 연관문은 블루로 표시되어 있습니다. 자, 읽습니다. As I sat down in front of the completed painting, it had an odd effect on me. It resembled a kind of image of God or a holy mask, half male, half female, ageless, as purposeful as it was dreamy, as rigid as it was secretly alive. This face seemed to have a message for me. It belonged to me. It was asking something of me. It bore a resemblance to someone, yet I did not know whom. For a time, this portrait haunted my thoughts and shared my life. I kept it locked in a drawer so that no one would take it and taunt me with it. But as soon as I was alone in my small room, I took it out and communed with it. In the evening, I pinned it on the wall facing my bed and gazed on it until I fell asleep. And in the morning, it was the first thing my eyes opened on. It was precisely at this time that I again began having many dreams, as I had always had as a child. It felt as though I had not dreamed for years. Now the dreams returned with entirely new images, and time after time the portrait appeared among them, alive and eloquent, friendly or hostile to me, sometimes distorted into a grimace, sometimes infinitely beautiful, harmonious, and noble. Then one morning, as I awoke from one of these dreams, I suddenly recognized it. It looked at me as though it were fabulously familiar and seemed to call out my name. It seemed to know who I was, like a mother, as if its eyes had been fixed on me since the beginning of time. With a quivering heart, I stared at the sheet, the close brown hair, the half-feminine mouth, the pronounced forehead with a strange brightness. It had dried this way of its own accord, and I felt myself coming nearer and nearer to the recognition, the rediscovery, the knowledge. I leapt out of bed, stepped up to the face, and from inches away, looked into its wide-open, greenish, rigid eyes, the right one slightly higher than the left. All at once, the right eye twitched, ever so faintly and delicately, but unmistakably, and I was able to recognize the picture. Why had it taken me so long? It was Demian's face. Later, I often compared the portrait with Demian's true features as I remembered them. They were by no means the same, even though there was a resemblance. Nonetheless, it was Demian. Once the early summer sun slanted oblique and red into a window that faced westward. Dusk was growing in my room. It occurred to me to pin the portrait of Beatrice or Demian at the window crossbar and to observe the evening sunshine through it. The outlines of the face became blurred, but the red-rimmed eyes, the brightness on the forehead, and the bright red mouth glowed deep and wild from the surface. I sat facing it for a long time, even after the sun had faded, and gradually I began to sense that this was neither Beatrice nor Demian, but myself. Not that the picture resembled me. I did not fear that it should, but it was what determined my life. It was my inner self, my fate or my demon. That's what my friend would look like if I were to find one ever again. That's what the woman I would love would look like if ever I were to love one. That's what my life and death would be like. This was the tone and rhythm of my fate. 목소리가 좀 이상해서 죄송합니다. 자, 오늘 읽기는 여기까지 하겠습니다. 오늘 영상이 여러분이 영어의 감을 잡는 데 도움이 되었다면 구독, 좋아요로 꼭 알려주세요. 더 좋은 영상을 만드는 데 큰 힘이 될 것입니다. 여러분 끝까지 들어주셔서 감사합니다.